racist black chick responded to me. I might want to take this off first. What's up, everybody? It's Hunter Avalone here, and it appears that I have been roasted, flamed and toasted to a perfect golden brown color. You guys remember that racist black chick I did a video on a couple of weeks ago? You know, the video where she talked about how white people basically ruin everything? Well, apparently she's back from the buffet and has decided to single me out in her newest video. Now, for those who don't know, this video comes from The Root, or as I like to call it, the root of all evil. The video is called, Am I Racist? And the description reads, Excuse me, Hunter Avalone? Senpai noticed me. Alright, let's get started. The video we're going to be looking at today is part of a series called Judge of Character, where a racist black chick gets in our face and attempts to lecture us on why white people are the devil. Alright, paparazzi, please, give me a second, alright? I'm so starstruck. But yeah, there's me featured in her newest video and posted to 1.4 million followers on Facebook. I must say I'm quite flattered.
If a white person made a video like this, it would be considered racist, but this happens.
Your hairstyle is cultural appropriation.
First of all.
This lady is disgusting and racist. I hope this is just satire.
Oh my god, look what they're doing. They're treating me like a black person. Wait.
Right, because all those people calling you out for being racist, rude, or just downright demeaning are definitely from evil racists sitting in their mom's basement with their KKK hoods on. I know this might be a little difficult for you to see considering you're wearing your oppression glasses, but believe it or not, every mean comment you receive is not because you're black. Sometimes it's because you're a prick.
Welcome to Judge of Characters, where calling out racism does not make you a racist.
So you just showed comments calling you out for acting racist towards white people. And what did you say? Oh, they're treating me like a black person. You implied that these people are racist. Yet you're so blind, you follow up with the claim that calling out racism doesn't make you racist. So you literally debunked your own point. Nice going.
To all the racist trolls who've hated me before.
Such wonderful and original labels. Everyone who disagrees with me is a racist troll. You know, this is such a lazy approach. It's so much easier to just negatively label someone a racist, to drag my character through the mud, rather than address the points I made. If you call someone a racist, you better be ready to back it up.
And I've had it up to here with racist failed logic around racism. So it's time to troll the trolls. Since when does calling out racism and demanding change make someone a racist?
Since never. But you're oversimplifying what you do for the sake of covering up your own ass. You don't just call out racism. I mean, the last video I responded to from you was literally just you complaining that white people were ruining words by saying them out loud. A lot of what you do is twist things to look racist or claim things are racist when they in fact are not.
I hate to do the whole college paper thesis statement thing, but let's define racism so that we are all on the same page. Racism is a belief that race is the primary determinant of human traits and capacities, and that racial differences produce an inherent superiority of a particular race.
Well, you definitely get a point from me, alright? Props to you for not using the power privilege BS definition from the SJW dictionary.
Let us not forget that it's also a doctrine, political, and social system.
Now are we clear? Racism is so vast, it comes in all kinds of flavors. Institutional, individual, systemic, casual, internalized.
All of them flavors and somehow still so unseasoned.
Yeah, Professor, it also comes in reverse.
I know that addressing racism can make some white people feel attacked, guilty, and angry.
I'm not sure if this is meant to be directed at me specifically or not, but obviously I can really only speak for myself. Talking about racism doesn't make me feel guilty, attacked, or angry. I talk about racism all the time on this channel. It is certainly not a subject that I'm afraid of. It does, however, make me feel slightly annoyed when racist black chicks talk down on me and other white people for either minding our own business or using words.
Good. You should feel something.
Oh, I do. I feel pity for you.
God knows we do. Now, I know not all white people are racist, but because of America's solid system of racism, many white folks are born with the "let me speak to your manager" hormone.
Wanting to resolve customer dissatisfaction? Oh, the caucasity! And secondly, this is where your delusion becomes obvious. America is not a solid system of racism. Yes, racism still exists. It most certainly does. I've never denied this. But it's extremely, and I mean extremely, socially stigmatized to be racist. People have their lives and careers ruined for being racist, or even doing things that are perceived as racist. There are no racially biased laws in our country, and America is founded on the idea that all men are created equal. So if America was a solid system of racism, why is being racist so heavily disparaged?
It's no surprise that these particular racists turn out to be my biggest fans.
Seriously, guys, thanks for the views.
To deny the obvious racism in this country is to deny the truth. America is built on the legacy of legally granting rights and privileges to white people, but denying those same rights and privileges to all other races, especially black people.
History does not equal legacy. Legacy is the idea that something was passed down. America did not pass down racism or discrimination. It did the opposite. America certainly did terrible, racist things in its past. Slavery and Jim Crow laws are a horrible scar on American history. But America was founded on the idea that all men are created equal. We were one of the first to ban the slave trade. Over 360,000 Union soldiers lost their lives fighting against slavery. And as devastating as it is that it took so long, Jim Crow laws were also abolished years later. America has now achieved equality, and it continues to strive for more equality, offering equality to people of color, women, refugees, and so on. You seem to be reliant on past transgressions and ignoring progress to support your point. It makes your argument look extremely weak.
And while black people have progressed in a country that was designed to keep us from doing just that.
Again, America was not designed to keep anyone down. Believe me, if it was, you'd see far less people of all races succeeding.
Racism is still alive and thriving. Just this year alone, we've seen a bold resurgence of white nationalists, black children getting kicked out of school because their natural hair violated school policies, and black people having the cops called on them for living life.
Looks like it's time to educate your hoe ass. First of all, stop using articles from the news source that sponsors you. It makes you look extremely weak and like you're living in an echo chamber. Not a very good look. Secondly, let's go ahead and look at some of these stories. The first story's headline makes it look as if a newspaper is running KKK ads, proudly supporting white supremacy, when in fact, it was the opposite. The KKK ad was placed in a local paper, but not in support of the KKK, but rather to accompany a report that KKK flyers were being handed out. In fact, the editor who approved the paper said she wanted to put it in to show people that those of us in Colonial Beach who may think there's not racism, there is. The newspaper was on your side. They were trying to expose these horrible flyers, not support white nationalism. As for the next story, this boy with dreads, I read up on this, and this was not a race issue. The little boy enrolled in a fundamentalist Christian school where they had a strict dress code, which included hair being cut above the ear, regardless of race. Let's also not forget this is a private institution that can implement a dress code however they please. The rules were included in a parent handbook that the father claimed he never saw. Regardless, the boy was told to get a haircut to comply with the policy. They refused, then claimed it was a race issue, despite the school's vast majority of students being black. The same thing would have happened had someone tried to enroll with a man bun or a girl with her hair dyed green. It was the policy. The boy was allowed to attend after he complied. They refused, then claimed it was a race issue. And as for the last story, this entire calling the police to snitch over stuff is stupid, and it's only a matter of time before one of these people get their teeth knocked in because snitches get stitches. But there isn't much evidence to suggest this woman's dumb behavior was bred from racism. Regardless, the fact that little things like this can make it so far in the public eye should be further proof to you that society heavily stigmatizes racism or even the perception of racism.
But somehow, the trolls want to make me the bad guy for calling it out. Let's look at the racist comments. Look at this comment about my video on the Stand Your Ground law. Blacks love violence until it's a white guy with a gun. What? Or this comment about my video on the racist white folks who called the cops on black people living. Blacks had rather perpetrate the hoax of racism and continue to be a burden on society.
Okay. I mean, everyone gets weird comments on their YouTube videos. You show 2 comments with 0 to 2 likes. This is hardly proof of anything.
What's even sadder is when a black person accuses me of racism. This comment is from a black person on my video about the racist 911 callers. As a black person, I'm pretty disappointed. I can report this for racism, right?
A black person thinking for themselves and not holding your extremely liberal point of view? What could possibly be worse? It sounds to me like you're the racist if you think black people are meant to think a certain way. And you know, this isn't the first time where you've been guilty of something like this. In one of your videos where you falsely claim Kanye West denied racism exists, you say that his black card should be revoked. Who knew that in order to be black, you had to participate in liberal politics?
However, you racist basement resident keyboard thugs are guilty of dwelling in the very racism you're accusing me of. I, Judge Danielle, call out racism. That does not make me a racist. White people must be stopped.
But if we stop them, what will we have to entertain us? White people, am I right?
Whiteness is where cool goes to die. White people, please, we're begging you. Stop killing fun cultural moments. We're still trying to enjoy ourselves.
She only calls out racism, guys. She is not racist.
I hereby sentence the comment creeping racist to a lifetime of racism. Everything you done to my people, already done to you.
Stop eating popcorn. It is white. It is racist.
Everywhere you go, you will be judged by the color of your skin and the content of your whack-ass YouTube videos.
Judged by my skin color? Like, people who know nothing about me claiming I'm privileged based solely on my skin color?
You will be considered 3/5 of a human being.
Again, you're using history as well as things that have been changed a long time ago to somehow prove your point.
Your children will constantly have the cops called on them. You'll do hard time for the smallest of crimes. And finally, black people typically don't time travel, but in this case, we'll go back in time and enslave all your ancestors.
Oh, you definitely time travel. You seem obsessed with looking in the past.
Trolls can make all the videos about me they want to, but may I suggest a better use of time? Buy and use seasoning. This will be my final judgment. I'm tired of y'all, and I'm tired of racism. Jesus, be a nap.
Yes, God.
If you were really that tired of racism, you'd probably stop being racist or consider deleting your YouTube channel. Just a thought. Thanks everyone for watching. Please give this video a like, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you all soon. Peace.